At least we're on time. At least we finally figured out how to post on a holiday.
This is Arc Analysis.
Is this an arc analysis? Or is this an episode?
This is Arc Analysis.
Oh, see, like I was ready to. I had a whole spiel for like an episode.
This is
All right, arc analysis.
Arc Analysis.
He's not wrong.
Batman. The Long Halloween. The Last Halloween. If that sounds like a mess from a title, it's a foreshadow for what's inside the book.
Okay. Are you bearing the lead?
Yes, a little bit there. Written by Jeph Loeb, drawn by a group of artists. Every issue they changed the artist.
Which is amazing.
What did you think of that Danky Kang?
The art alone, each issue gave you a different feel of the villain at hand, but the art styling of what Gotham can be. And as it got deeper into the run, I thought the art got better and more cinematic to the world of Gotham. So I totally love that shit.
The art, yeah. I thought it started out strong and then it kind of dipped to that Joker issue, where it's like
I didn't like Joker. Like that was
why?
He wasn't needed. Are we getting there already?
We'll get there. We'll get there. Also, heads up, because I think we need it for this one. Full on spoilers for this book.
Yeah, we're going in.
If you're hearing us now talk about it and you haven't finished this book yet,
stop. Go read this. Go check this out. This is worth at least checking out because we're doing an arc analysis on it.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Better to follow along, I think.
And typical fashion when it comes to Halloween and Batman, lethal weapons are usually against the grain for what the public is saying. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you checked out what the public said about this one, but I definitely have feelings. So
yeah, I have no idea what they think about this one. I know that the history of this is the third in a series, right? So there's a Long Halloween that came out, Jeph Loeb, RMP to Tim Sale, and I think that's the most overrated book maybe ever. Honestly, ever. I can't remember how you feel about it. I did not like it at all. I'm pretty sure neither one of us did.
It just blends together. It wasn't as fun as it could have been, and they took a lot of cheap shots and kind of shortcuts. And I was like, no, you could have told a better story, but you just told, like, from what I remember, a monster of a week.
Yeah, and they tried to get in as many rogues gallery as they could, and they got in pretty much everybody. And it's like, okay, are they all needed? I don't think so. I thought this was supposed to be like a Two-Face story, but hey, whatever. That was followed up by Dark Victory, which I thought was much better. Mm-hmm. Much, much better, because that was more concentrated on just Two-Face. And we did arc analysis for that. So the Long Halloween is actually in our Batmeet episode from way back. And then Dark Victory we did an arc analysis on way back. This one is the third in the series.
So does that mean we're going back to do Catwoman when she goes to Rome? Because that's another one that they went back to this world to.
Did we cover that one? I don't think we did. We mentioned it though, right? So she goes to Rome, and then this is the follow-up to all three of those books. Before I read it, I was like, I don't know if this is even necessary to exist. Like, because like the Long Halloween, okay, it's that's regardless how you feel about it, that's a story. And it's contained, and then there's a bit of a twist at the ending, which was kind of dealt with in Dark Victory, I thought.
Better.
Right? And Dark Victory I remember enjoying Dark Victory.
And you're a Two-Face stan. Anything Harvey Dent, Coke is going to be like, give it to me.
And I want Harvey Dent done well. And he's back in this one, but he's pushed aside for a lot. He's a patsy in this, really.
Yeah, he gets bookended, but everything around him is fairly strong. Like, this is a conflicting book, because where I'm sitting, I enjoyed it. I think this was a better read, but I'm comparing that to the first run of Halloween. And
of the Long Halloween, yeah.
That one wasn't as fun. This one, they do a lot of fun stuff with it. And the funnest thing for me is there's detective work that happens.
Yep, there's a bit of that.
Robin, Batman, and Catwoman are all basically detectives and piecing together what this story can be.
What is the story here? Because this is that, and that can be rhetorical, but this is kind of the nucleus of my feelings on this book. We talked about the art a little bit. We talked about where it came from. So the Long Halloween, to go back to the original, the story there, we talked about how they crammed in a little too much into that book, and I've already given my thoughts how I feel it's like very overrated. But there's a story there in the sense that I didn't really like, but it made sense. And Gilda, who was Harvey Dent's wife, wants more time with Harvey, who's obsessed with taking down the mob. So she
Correct.
takes it upon herself to eliminate the mob.
Yeah.
And the spoilers for the original Long Halloween, by the way.
A ride or die.
Rider, yeah. So she eliminates a bunch of the Falcone family to get time with her husband.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it goes from there where she stops killing, and then another killer picks up the mantle for her, and keeps going and stuff. But the idea is she wanted to kill the mob to get more time with her husband, right? Please tell me what her goal is here.
Isn't it that they're drawing a line in the sand between the freaks, which is what they call Batman's rogue gallery, and crime family of like the Falcone?
Yeah. Or what's left of them.
Yes. And basically, there's a line in the sand, and there can only really be one faction. So, Two-Face and Roman Falcone kind of make a double-handed deal to say, let's just eliminate each other's, or let's have a truce here, and then we can figure out who's going to run it later on. But they're both waiting for the other one to double hand them. And inevitably that happens. So like that's convoluted. But what I did enjoy was Dent's girl's in the middle, and she's got a love affair with both of them. And she's playing both sides to see, I don't know necessarily which one will win out, but how far she can go in this life of crime, because she seems to be always like the crime boss and the linchpin for all these problems that are going on. So she's trying to dupe one while being with the other, and then take out freaks while not necessarily. So I've confused myself.
So, and that's kind of why just to mention, I enjoyed that they called the Rose Gallery the Freaks. I think that's kind of cool. I was like, okay, that's fine. They're labeling them as something, and they kind of just own it. Like, yeah, we're the freaks. That makes it easy to kind of put them in a spot. The Carmine family tree at this point is incredibly confusing because there's so many different versions of it. Like, there's this world, because in the original world, it's just Alberto, Sophia, and somebody else is the kid, right? I think. But there's a different one. There's like the family tree in the Penguin series. There's the family tree in the original run. There's the family tree in like Dark Knight. And they're all a little bit different.
Yes.
So I think in this one, it's supposed to be Carmine and Luisa, right? As the heads.
Right.
Or as the head and the wife. And then they have Alberto, Mario, and Sophia. In this idea, Alberto and Sophia are both killed. Carmine's dead. It's just Luisa, and Mario's the only one left alive. Now they also have a fourth kid in this that we learned, which is Selena Kyle.
I like that twist. That was a good twist.
But that's been done before. Like, we knew about that from other stuff, right? So like, it was,
I think the reference to Catwoman in Rome talks about that. Was spent time in Rome, and then a secret is revealed. There's something about a big painting. So you get the feeling that you missed a step in the story that they're trying to tell there. But at least you get the final piece of her face off with Sophia is, listen, you may actually be my daughter. And like, she pulls off her cowl.
No, even you got the man. Well, Sophia was remember Sophia was the big one? Yeah, from the original Long Halloween.
Okay. Okay. Bulky. Yeah. She was cool.
Yeah, she was dope. Nothing against them. It's just I'm reading this and I'm confused because they're throwing in these new members that I'm like, which version of the family is this? We do have Catwoman's motives here, right? She went to Rome to find out her identity. She discovers it. She comes back. She has Luisa confirm it.
Correct.
I'm not sure I like how she's involved with the family like that, but it is what it is. The part that gets me is when it gets like Gilda. I find in this is just a complete nuisance. Like, I don't like her in this story. She makes it very, very soapy.
Okay. It is, though. That whole family side is all just a soap opera.
Right. They're trying to figure out who runs whatever, but she's going like, I'm pregnant, but then she's not really pregnant. But then she's telling Mario she's pregnant, and then she's telling Two-Face she's pregnant. And I'm like, what's her goal here? Is she trying to get time with Harvey? Because what's his name? She got Mario to shoot him in his head.
Yes, which was great.
So I'm like, okay.
And like moving forward, so like the whole mislead from that is like, Harvey Dent is dead. Yes, but Two-Face survived. So I was like, that's a great angle to take now. Like, you've killed this version of me. How that works, I don't know, because once you get shot in the head, you're dead, right? But they found a way to fracture him.
Then the crime doctor comes in and does his work. He's the get out of jail free card. If anybody gets hurt, the crime doctor, or is it the crime doctor? The crime surgeon. He'll take care of you. And he's just some guy in a surgical mask who fixes up anybody who gets shot.
I wouldn't mind that, except that those are the moments where they found a way to insert Joker into the story.
Thank you, because he becomes like this. Like, they're really trying to force him into the story as like, okay.
They make him a sub boss to Two-Face, but he also cuts a deal with Two-Face to be like, okay, me and you can go take over this thing.
But then he also helps Batman.
Yeah.
So I like the whole so when Batman brings, so this is such a, you can tell where the writer was like, I got to get this person over here, so let's make them do this. Like when Batman gets shot by Mario, like come on, like I was like they get into a scuffle. They see Mario pulls his gun out, and somehow he shoots Batman in the lung. And I'm like, I thought he's wearing Kevlar. They talk about later on he's wearing Kevlar. So
fair point. That's an amazing point. I'm not even going to try and push back on that. I do like the fact that you get to see a rise of Robin and Alfred in that tragedy. And how they have to react to the situation. I also like low-key that Batman gets taken down by just an ordinary thug. But everything you said is correct. Like, Batman should have been prepared for this. There's no way that this random dude would have got the drop of him with a gun.
That's what I'm saying.
Tell the story,
It's not like he's playing Deadshot. He's fighting just Mario Falcone, who's been in hide. Anyway, so he shoots him in the lung. He gets back to the Batcave. He's like comatose, and Robin and Alfred are taking care of him. I have no real problems with those characters. But then Robin
shines in this.
In the end, yeah. So Dick has the idea of like, I'm gonna go and get Catwoman out of Arkham and bring her back here, and she can help Batman. And then she whispers something to him, and he just gets up.
I thought she kissed him. It looked like
she whispered. No, he's like, you have to whisper something, or maybe kiss or whisper.
Yeah, it looked like she planted lips on him, right?
And then he's up.
Love saves the day. Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, we got to take you back to Arkham. So that was weird because I'm like, okay, so he's Sleeping Beauty, I guess. And then he takes her. He takes her back to Arkham, and when they get there, Joker's waiting for them because during the fight or the scuffle between Catwoman and Robin when he was trying to kidnap her, they crack Calendar Man's glass, so he lets everybody out of Arkham, and then Joker's there to meet. So Joker's there to meet Batman and Catwoman when they get there. And he fights them. And she's like, leave him alone. His lung is bleeding out. And he's like, oh, nobody can hurt the Batman but me. And I was like, okay, I like that because they're like the yin and yang. Mm-hmm. But then for some reason, I missed this. I read those panels back like 5 times. He somewhere at some point agrees to bring everybody back.
Yeah, why? What?
I don't know where that happens. So he's out there catching like Mad Hatter and stuff. And he's bringing them back to Arkham. I'm like, why? What's in it for him? I didn't like this book. Okay, I'm just gonna say it right now. I did not like this book. I wanted to. I didn't like it because there's so many things that didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is the point of this? Why is this person doing this? Why is this person doing that? I don't know.
And to your credit, you just change the motivation for the character that's doing it, and you have a pretty decent book.
Yes.
You just have too many characters trying to do too much, and it's like, that doesn't make sense to anything.
Once again, trying to cram too many people into this. And then then they have the fake FBI agents as well that are kind of there in the beginning, which I kind of liked because they took out Solomon Grundy and stuff.
Yeah, Sullivan and I can't remember the other guy's name.
Edwards,
right? The Solomon Grundy stuff is fucking amazing.
That's really cool, yeah.
What did you think of Amanda Waller being
Didn't like it. That's
why?
Again, that's the thing. That's the writer throwing something in to be like, okay, well, let's take the FBI out here. So let's make Amanda Waller extra pissy, and then that'll cancel out the FBI, so nobody can be like, why isn't the FBI stepping up? It's because she's mad that Jim Gordon didn't call her. And I was like,
is that what would happen in this situation?
I think Amanda Waller will just come in and be like, you're out of here, I'm going to take control of everything, which
would be a great use of what you want to do for this comic, and then just have a whole bunch of crooked people run the city, and then Jim is back against the corner like, okay, I need Batman's help even more now.
Because she's like, why didn't you call me? I'm not going to help you now. Huh? That's like,
Coke, don't make me hate this book. I really enjoyed this book, but a lot of it was art based.
Yeah. Okay. I have no complaints about the art except for that one Joker issue got a little weird. It got like trippy.
Some of these issues are so cinematic because they understand how to do monochromatic on top of a different color. So it'll be an orange background and then they'll put a panel of like blue on it, and just the level of claustrophobic of what Gotham looks like, the way that they drew Batman against Catwoman, it's like the simplicity, but you can feel the emotion falling off of it. There are certain scenes that are just like, oh man, I would print this like a poster on the wall. It's beautiful. But to Coke's credit, the art is definitely stronger than the writing.
The art does the carrying, does the heavy lifting.
I don't even know if we told you what the premise of this story is, because we're still trying to figure out these threads.
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't really know. Like, so Calendar Man is mad because, like, so I get what he's doing, okay? The writer, Loeb, he's trying to insert all these different characters with motivations, quote unquote motivations, so that to kind of like confuse the reader on who's the bad guy. So you got Calendar Man who's he's locked up, but he's mad that he's being forgotten.
And I love his scenes, the complete Silence of the Lambs sort of Hannibal Lecter feel, and he's no help to anybody, but everyone keeps going back to him. And then you get this nice little trade-off between Robin, Catwoman, and Calendar Man, and their balance. So you see an arc of Robin, of like him growing and kind of growing cojones and seeing if he can be trusted. Loved all that stuff. That was great.
The rise of Robin is cool in this, even though in the beginning, I wrote a note here. It's kind of offbeat, but I just said, why is Batman such an idiot in this book? When they catch Riddler and he starts doing Morse code with his eyes, and he's like, what are you doing? Why are you blinking? And Robin's the one who's like, Batman, it's Morse code. Like, wouldn't it be the other way around? Anyways, that's a minor gripe, but every scene that Batman's in with somebody, either he's an idiot or they're an idiot. I've noticed. So it's with Jim Gordon, Jim's an idiot. When he's with Robin, they take turns. He's with Catwoman, he's an idiot, and Catwoman's got like all the jumps on it. So I'm like, why is someone always dumber than the other one? But anyways, the motivations. So they have Calendar Man, who is an interesting cat because he's so whatless. Like in this book, he's like, who's the Calendar Man? He just shoots people on holidays, right? But he's mad, so he's trying to make a name. So I was hoping they would push him in a direction to make him more of a threat,
major player. Yeah, this was the time.
And that kind of did happen, but then he gets usurped by the other holiday killer. It's like, okay, so there's that. And then there's like the Selena Kyle angle. Okay, she's being very cloak and dagger with Batman, so you don't really know what her motivations are, except she's been to Rome, and you know that through other media that she's been part of the Falcone family before, so you kind of see that coming. Then you have Gilda. I was like, well, she was the killer in the first book, so clearly she's the killer in this book. Which she is. Then you have Harvey Dent, who's like, you and I love Two-Face, but they're trying to make maybe he's the killer, but
he's not.
But then he gets shot in the head.
Girl. Yeah. I loved all the Apollo stuff and him and his girl. He's like, yo, I'll make a deal with you, Batman. Let's go get my girl.
Yeah.
And then he does, and then it kind of backfires on everybody. Like, that was great. Keep that kind of storyline and plot position moving forward, right? And then Batman being like, oh, like he escaped. Let's go track him down. Honestly, my biggest gripe with this is too many characters, easily.
Yep. Again.
But the Rogues Gallery, you mismanaged so hard. You went for holidays, and you should have done seasons. This should have been a book of Two-Face as your spring, Poison Ivy as your summer, Scarecrow as your fall, and Mr. Freeze as your winter. Perfect. And just stretch those out, and in between you can weave the Falcone family. But we spend time with Mad Hatter, Penguin, and there's funny scenes too. Like when he throws Mad Hatter into all the hats, like that's an amazing panel, and I laughed at that. I was like, okay, he's gonna get it. But the amount of times he has to go do a side story completely takes away from what's going on in the book and doesn't make sense to the flow of what I wanted this story to be, which was honestly a Gilda Two-Face Batman story.
So the strongest part of this book, to your credit, is the beginning of the book. Because you don't know what's going on. I assumed, based on what the first few issues showed us, is that they were taking out the Rogues Gallery, which I was like, that's a cool idea. Every holiday, boom, there goes Solomon Grundy. Right. There goes Catwoman. There goes Two-Face. I was like, this is cool, because then you have a goal. But then that kind of gets, none of them are really dead.
That's what irks. They all just show up the next day and like, hey, I was like, wait, aren't you dead from the last issue? Riddler's
fine. Solomon Grundy just comes out of the lake that they dropped him in. Catwoman shoots herself in the leg. Harvey Dent, who gets shot in the head, is like, no, I'm just having an episode. I'm good. And it's like,
I'm having a bad day. Yeah, I killed my man. And the way that you undercut Solomon Grundy's sacrifice by just having him rise out of the ocean. And again, I like seeing him, but I was like he had such a cool ending of like, you know what, I'm gonna take this for the team. And that team of Dent and Solomon Grundy, and then Batman being like, he said he's gonna bring some muscle, but I don't know who. And then Grundy shows like, born on a Monday. I was like, yes. Just spend more time letting this stuff cook and simmer.
Exactly.
Oh, no, you're gonna make me hate this, man.
Exactly. And it's like when the FBI, they knock out Solomon Grundy. I can't remember how they do it. They knock him out, drive him out to the lake, and throw chains on him and drop him down. I was like, in my mind, I'm like, yo, these guys mean business. Like, they just took out Grundy. I was like, okay, this is dope. Like, I don't know who these people are. I'm with it. And like the next issue, he comes up into the same boat. I was like, hell, they're just sitting out there this whole time? Like, what?
Honestly, he had best weapons though. He just used those bricks and chains.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, okay, cool, but I would have at least done this in like the final 2 issues sort of thing. Right?
Yeah, then Riddler gets smacked, but he's not dead. Two-Face gets shot, he's not dead. Catwoman gets shot, she's not dead.
Keep that list going. Batman gets shot, he's not dead. Robin gets shot, he's not dead. Right. Jim gets shot, he's not dead.
In the hand, yeah.
Like, everybody gets a bullet. I was like, what's going on? Like, this is finally like a police department that knows how to like shoot people. Like, I'm comparing this to stormtroopers, or like the killer knows how to finally pick up a .22 caliber. But like, even a headshot doesn't work. So, oh no, Coach, you're gonna make me not like this. No, don't
you brought up Poison Ivy. I want to talk about her because she was actually a high point in the book for me because she's a real threat. She had motivation. She just wanted money. She's like, you know what? I got this guy tied up. She got Mario. You know, I got Mario tied up. I'm gonna hypnotize or like brainwash Catwoman. She's gonna give me what I need. I was like, that's all you really need. Okay, so she makes sense. But then she's wiped away.
Summer.
Summer. Then she's wiped away. You got Penguin as like this kid kidnapper.
Batman just pulls the vine from her back. She's like, you're healed. She's like, she snaps to it. I was like, that's fairly fast. No, like not even a serum. Like just a plant on your back is how you end this.
Yeah.
Penguin, you're saying?
Penguin is like he just kidnaps Gordon's son and then they find him anyways. Like, I don't know what was that about?
I just want to stress how that would have been a great plot point in itself.
Yeah.
Let's take Jim's son. This is the guy that locked us all up. Let's just torture him on his son. And then have a frantic Jim running around.
Exactly. Let Gordon go crazy.
Yes.
And then you start to think, is he the holiday killer? He's going out killing all the freaks? Like, that would have been...
Yes.
You just made a better plot.
Listen, again, the strength of our show and when we do arc analysis is typically we come in thinking like, hey, man, this wasn't bad. And we listen to the other person gripe.
Yeah.
About what doesn't work, and I'm like, oh no, he's correct. He's correct again. So I'm telling you, I haven't announced it yet, but where I started, I'm already 180 with what I have to rate this.
Look, the art is beautiful. It starts out really cool. The world of Gotham is grungy, and I like it. But there's too many goddamn plot. There's like a plot hole every issue, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, there's so many ways you could have gone. It would have been dope. Leave the fucking Falcons alone.
Correct. And if you want to do an issue of plot, wrap it up in that issue.
Yeah.
Because you could have done an entire story arc for the 10 issues. Because it was a perfect amount of issues.
Yeah.
But if you just wanted to do like a monster of the week, well, like wrap up that monster of the week. But you had so many carryovers that didn't make sense. Like we see Penguin too much. We see Joker too much.
For anybody wondering, Loeb's super annoying version of Scarecrow's in this too. Thankfully, not too much, but the one that sings nursery rhymes over and over again. That's all he does. He talks like John Cena. It's just nursery rhyme. And he did that with the last one too, and I couldn't stand it. So he's back in this.
But the art is amazing for that.
Yes.
The fever dream, and then like the panic of Batman being like, oh crap, like we're in some shit now. Like him realizing like, uh-oh. It was a good panel. It's like, okay, you have something here. But then Detective Lopez doesn't really do anything.
No.
Amanda Waller doesn't really do anything. I guess Gilda doesn't really do anything.
No, she just tells people she's pregnant, but she's not pregnant. It's like, what are we doing here? What is this, like a telenovela?
That was the better reveal in the first run.
Yes.
Of her being the holiday killer.
Exactly. In
this one, it's just like, you're playing both sides, but they already had a deal. And then like, Den has like 6 deals running.
Yeah.
So like amazing lawyer, but why?
What did he do to get all the freaks on his side?
Be a freak?
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I was like, I don't know, because I know he shook hands with Joker, but there's no scenes of him with anybody else. Oh, they're just like defending Arkham. I don't.
And there's a panel where they discuss the freaks versus the mob.
Yep.
And they put Dent as the number 1 and Joker's number 2. And like, this is for me a Megatron Starscream sort of scenario.
Yeah, I wouldn't want Joker on my side.
Yes, and Joker would never play number 2, even if he was like, I'm on your team. So I don't get the deal. I get him crossing the fingers.
But then nothing comes of that.
But don't even have him. If you really need him, he's in the last issue being like, you thought that was a problem, and then he starts something else for the next thing that you're building. He's your teaser for something new.
There's Joker for DC, and then there's like Carnage for Marvel. Like those two characters, like they're kind of comparable in the sense that you throw them in. I don't know. It's like throwing a scorpion into a bunch of like teddy bears. Like this is what you're like. Here you go. This is the chaos. They're not going to get along with what they're in there. They're going to do what they do because they're like a force of nature in a way, right? That's what I figured Joker's gonna do. But you're right. He falls in line, but then they makes a deal with Dent, but then he has his fingers crossed. Like, oh, something's gonna happen. Nothing happens.
And then nothing happens.
He just gets shot.
And when you throw Carnage in, he at least kills people.
Yeah.
Like Joker didn't kill anybody. He busts a couple shots. Yeah. Like everyone just busts a couple shots.
Yeah, and then gets shot.
What are the stakes in the book?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know what's going on. And yet,
do you think it's the single writer that didn't have an idea of what's going on, or do you think each writer and artist team decide to rejigger what the story was going to be based on that issue?
So it's one writer, multiple artists, right? So Jeph Loeb does the writing. The artists are many. I didn't write them down because there's one every issue.
I get it. I would have to assume that when an artist came in, it's like, you know what? What if we did this?
Yeah, I don't.
Because I can't think that like Jeph is this manic with.
No, he's experienced.
And you're coming back to this world for the fourth?
Well, third for him, but like he's a veteran writer, right? You figure he knows what he's doing, but I think he really wanted to make a true sequel to The Long Halloween. So he was trying to make it very much like it. So he kept Gilda as like the main antagonist. He kept Calendar Man as, the could be. He kept Harvey Dent as the main focus, even though Harvey Dent's barely in this book, really. And then he was like, let's throw in every other rogue that I can. Like Mr. Freeze is a waste in this. He's there. Like, Batman uses his freeze gun at one point. And that was to put out fire.
It's like, why did he even leave? Why did I even get up this morning? Why do you put it like he smashes his suit? Like
that's right.
And he's just like,
that's the other thing. Like every time he's, you just reminded me of something. Every time Batman's fighting somebody, Holiday just shows up with his little 22 and pop and shoots them in the head. Like Mr. Freeze gets capped in his dome or whatever, the glass.
Which I would have liked.
The panel is just the arm with the 22. It just shows up and goes, pow! And then they're gone in the wind. And it's like...
That's a great trope if your bullets kill.
Yeah.
Holiday ended up doing what no other person in Gotham could do, which is take down these rogues. Amazing.
I love that thing. I don't mean to interrupt. I love that idea. I just want to say that. Of killing off the rogues one by one. Okay, go ahead. Finish. I love that idea.
This is how you flip this book. You have all the characters in it that you currently have, but if each issue you take out 2 or 3, so by the time we're at issue 9, there's only like 4 characters on the map.
That's exciting, right?
And then Batman's like, I gotta stop this killer. And then Jim's like, but they're doing us a good job. Like they're taking away all these freaks. This is not the world that we want to live in. This is not justice. And then you can decide. You can make a killer out of Robin. You can make a killer out of Selina. You can make a killer out of Jim. You can make a killer out of Dent, who's finally doing what, or Two-Face, who's finally doing what Dent could never do, which I would have loved, of like, I'm finally getting the city clean. It's like, not this way, right? Like, play up on that. But everyone just shows up again, and they're like, hey, guys, you want to go hang out at Arkham? That's what Joker made the deal for. He wanted Arkham. He wanted, like, that's his space. That's his playground.
That's right. He wanted Arkham, right. But then why did he...
I don't know why. Yeah. I'm not trying to make sense of it. I just remembered that's what he said. He's like, I want Arkham. Like, give me that. It's like, you make bases out of like circuses and rundown shacks. Yeah. Like Arkham's not really a big well-to-do, or the writer or the writing has not made Arkham seem like there's something there that's worth holding on to. Yep. It's just you like jail. All right, cool. So you're, what's the word? Not committed. I can't think of the Shawshank Redemption reference of he's institutionalized. So if he loves prison and he just wants everyone back in prison, that's honestly a fun sort of idea to think of if you want to do like a tertiary storyline with Joker, but don't, because we're done with Joker and he does nothing here.
But you're absolutely right. So like keep drilling this, but I think this is so cool. As if you had, what does it start? Halloween.
Yeah.
The day before Halloween, whatever. Jim Gordon's kid gets kidnapped. Penguin's dead. Mr. Freeze is dead. Riddler's dead. Scarecrow's dead. And then it goes like that. And you don't, like you're saying, you don't know if it's Gordon. You don't know if it's Two-Face trying to reclaim his whatever. You don't know if it's Calendar Man. You don't know if it's Gilda, who I don't think it should be in this case. I think she should be like, I don't want to do this anymore. I fucked up by making this all happen the first time around. But we don't get any of that.
And on the same side, the mafia is also dying. So every time
that's right.
A freak dies, like you lose Mario, you lose Luisa. Like invent people that you can kill them off. That every time a freak dies, a mafia dies. So you don't know which side is doing it. And then the deal between Mario and Dent makes more sense of like, I'll take care of your guys, you take care of my guys, and what's left, we'll carve up Gotham. And then they double cross each other, be like, well, fuck you. Like, I don't want to roll with you. You killed all my friends. It's like, well, you killed all my family, right? Like, that's sitting right there. And then you have Batman and Jim and the Authority in the middle to be like, well, we're losing our city. Did we just pitch a better Long Halloween?
Yeah, and I really like how he was like, Two-Face is the killer, and he's just lost it, but it's not Harvey Dent. It's Two-Face doing it, and he's just not.
Yes.
I love that. I love that so much. And then it puts him on the map.
So you can have a whole schism thing. You have a whole split thing of like multiple personalities, or you can even invent a third one.
Yep.
Like you can make him like a sort of hush dude. I was like, oh, I split again. There's a three-face.
Yeah.
Just go overboard and be like, oh shit, like who's gonna see a three-face coming? And then he finally gets a bullet at the end. It's like, okay, I'm back to 2.
My beef with this book is I don't understand what anybody's really doing. They're just kind of there to be there. And with a book that has so much potential, it doesn't have to be canon, by the way. That's what I'm saying. You just kill off the villains. It doesn't have to be canon. I don't know why they...
This could be the Elseworld book.
That's what I'm saying. That's the way I was reading
and then promise somebody dies in each issue. Oh my gosh, I'm in.
I mean, they got Dick.
Who are you going to kill? How are you going to kill them?
They got Dick as the young Robin again. Like, this is like, okay, so this is like an alt-world type thing, right?
Flashback, yeah.
I don't know why they just leave it like that. Don't worry about canonizing it. Just kill off whoever you want, whoever you need to, and just make it a good contained story. The art's beautiful.
Yeah.
It starts out really good. It just, I don't know what I was reading as I'm reading it. I'm like, what is anybody's motivation? What is going on? Okay, Poison Ivy, I get. Everybody else, I don't know.
Selena, you kind of get.
Selena, I get. Yeah, fair enough. Selena, I get. The mob really shouldn't have been this big of a player since most of their members are dead anyways. It's just Mario left and Luisa, and they can be there and stuff, trying to like get back in, but I don't know.
But they're not really even doing that.
Yeah.
Robin's motivation you kind of get is he's really trying to show up and show out.
Yeah, I get.
You get a lot of character development between him and Alfred and talking about like, oh, Bruce must be like when they go visit the grave and all that stuff.
That's cool stuff.
Batman visits Grayson's grave.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm watching out for your boy, and I was like, okay. And then you see like Robin just whipping shit and like beating up goons. I was like, okay, there's some good stuff here. Is my only recommendation for people to read this, maybe just read a random isolated issue and then walk away and then come back later and read another random isolated issue.
I don't hate that idea. I really don't.
Like, don't read it as a collection. Because sometimes the writing is good, but it's just in that scene. Like the character developments, the back and forth is really fun. Like if you read these as there's no tomorrow for each issue, you'll probably enjoy it more. Because now I hate myself that I was going to walk in here and be like, this is a definite boom. This is a boom.
My goal wasn't to change your mind. My goal was just to bitch about this. Because I was like, what? I was like, what the hell is this? I don't like... Like I really just wanted to bitch. I'm gonna...
You didn't even know that another one came out.
No.
And I was like, they can't be worse.
Guess what?
And Coke.
Guess what?
Is this worse than the original Long Halloween?
Yes. This is worse. This is worse because at least the Long Halloween, every issue was something. This is the Valentine's issue. This is the Easter issue. And somebody dies, and you knew it was gonna be a Falcone or some sort of like you know somebody.
Right.
The ending's a mess, and I think the detective work is like not that great. Batman's kind of just like waiting for holidays to happen so that someone dies. But
it happens. There's a scene where they say enhance. Yeah. Enhance. And they
that was so bigger, my God. You're talking about that. I was talking about the original line. Yeah, this one is like
okay,
and Dick's that's right. Dick, oh my God. He's like, yeah, I got this video of Gilda leaving the prison or whatever. Who's with her? I don't know, I can't tell. And Batman goes and the computer goes, enhance. And that's the clearest image.
He says it like 3 times. It's like panel, enhance. And then they see Edwards and Sullivan. I was like, oh, crooked. I was like,
and Dick's like, why didn't I think of that?
It's like sometimes things are hiding in plain sight.
But that's what I'm talking about. Every panel, someone's an idiot.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Robin's an idiot. Oh, you weren't looking close enough. All you said was enhance 3 times. You zoom pictures? Like,
I can't believe you're going to get me to go read The Long Halloween again to see if this is worse.
In my mind, it is. I haven't read The Long Halloween since the last time we did it, which was a few years ago. And I remember it just hurt me. That one hurt. This one just pissed me off. So I don't know. Like,
the art is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you, I haven't seen a better looking Gotham since like Gothic.
Oh yeah, Batman Gothic was great. Yeah,
just the look and the feel. Like I got swept into it. That clearly I stopped reading the plot lines. I was just like, ooh, look at Catwoman. Like do these flips and everything. I just fell in love with all the art styles.
It really makes Robin stand out because he's very yellow in this, yellow and red and young and boisterous, and it really he stands out. You could have shifted him into the main character with Batman actually being shot and like being down for the count for a few issues. That'd have been cool because he really is. He commands your attention when he's on pages because of his colors. They're so contrasted with the darkness of what Gotham is, the world is, right? So, but we rate these on a good or bad basis. Boom for good, bah for bad, whoosh for what I just read. Dang, this is a bah for me. I'm not even gonna like build up to it. This book pissed me off. I've never been so excited to bitch about something. I only got powers in the notes. So I'm like, what is going on?
I knew I was in for a bad time where they're like, hey, what's the story? And I was like, oh no, he's asking me now. And then I tried to piece it together.
I was trying to check if I missed something because I'm like, that's why I wasn't trying to trap you or like put you. I was just like, what is the story here?
I got trapped though.
What is this? Because I don't know what's going on. I see some cool things. I see characters I know, but it's like, I don't know.
The art will save you. Your frustration lies in it's so close to being something, and they decided they didn't want it to be something.
This could have been great.
Just keep everyone dead.
This could have.
By the end of the book, it would have only been like Selena and maybe Gilda, and that's kind of a super interesting story.
Yeah.
If you manage to kill like Batman off, or like Batman's limping, or like Alfred or something, you keep one of the dynamic duos, maybe Jim, but he's hobbled in, and like 2 freaks and like 1 mafia person, and they're like, who did this?
Yeah.
And then make your reveal.
But it has to be somebody a little competent because I know in the first one that was part of our problem too. Is that Gilda's knocking out all these people, and it's like she can't do this. She's just coming off out of the house. Really, I was gonna say out of the kitchen, but out of the house and just start shooting people, and it's like, all right, well.
I like the motivation in the first one. I was like, I just want my man. So like,
and
I'm gonna do what he can't do.
Yeah, and there's a switch in between where I like kind of how she gives up in the middle. It's like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore because like I've killed enough, but then it just keeps going, and then she's like, oh shoot. That's a cool idea too, but again,
now I don't know why she was banging both Mario and
I don't know.
Dent.
She told them they're both pregnant. Like I don't like it's like, oh yeah, Harvey, I'm pregnant. Oh Mario, he knows about the baby, and then then Selena sees the file. She's not pregnant. I'm like, why are you lying to everybody? I don't get it. I thought you wanted your husband back. Maybe that's the ploy, right? I'm pregnant, but then why is she talking to Mario? I don't know, man. And she gets Mario to shoot him.
This is a book that had a rogues gallery of Catwoman, Solomon Grundy, Penguin, Calendar Man, Riddler, Joker, Two-Face, Harvey Dent,
Mr. Freeze,
Tweedledee, Tweedledum, Mr. Freeze, Mad Hatter, Scarecrow, Poison Ivy, and all but one could have been dead. And I'd be like, wow. But all of them survived. And I'm like,
nobody dies.
It's definitely a nobody dies.
Yeah. Fuck this book. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe wherever podcasts are heard. Also, give a follow on Comic Patrol Pod at Instagram and Comic Patrol Pod YouTube. Hit us up at comicpatrolpod@gmail.com if you want to add a submission for a future arc analysis.